Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about passing object to function. So one object can be passed down to a function like normal argument. So to do that, in the function definition, inside the parentheses we have to declare one class type object, and then whenever we call that function we have to pass one object of the class type, and this way the object will be passed down to the formal parameter, and then we can perform operation over that object. Like in this example program, the class student has one data member name and one parameterized constructor to initialize that data member. Now we're going to create one function which will take one object as a parameter. So I'm going to create the function void display, and the function will take student class type object s. Now inside the display function I'm going to print name is, and then I'm going to print the name of the student. So the display function is taking one object as parameter, and then we are using the object to access the name property of that object. Now inside the main method I'm going to create one student type object s1, and I'm going to pass the name Tom as parameter, and then I'm going to call the display function, and I'm going to pass the object s1 to print the name of the student. So I'm going to save this program and I'm going to run the program, and you can see the output name is Tom. So this way we can define one function which can take object as parameter, and then we can use that object and we can access the property of that object. So now we're gonna see how we can return one object from the function. So it is also possible to return one object from the function. To do that, in the function definition, the return type of the function has to be one of the class type, and then we can use the return keyword and we can return one object of that class type. And then because the function call will return one object, so we have to store that in the same class type object. So in this example program, the class student has one data member name. Now we're going to create one function which will return one object. So the return type of the function has to be the class type, and the name of the function is getName. Now the function will take the user input and it will return one object. So I'm going to create one object s, and then I'm going to print enter name, and after that we're going to use cin, and we're going to store the user input in the name data member of the object s, and after that we're going to use the return keyword and we're going to return the object s from the function. So the function getName will take the user input and store it in the name property of the object s, and then we're going to return that object from the function. Now inside the main method we're going to create one object s1, and then we're going to call the getName function. So because the getName function will return one object of student type, that's why we're going to store that object in the student type object s1, and after that we're going to use cout and we're going to print the name property of that object. So I'm going to save this program and I'm going to run the program. So it says enter name, so I'm going to enter the name Sam, and then it printed the name of that student. So this way we can return one object from the function using the return keyword. So hope you understand the concept. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.